everyone. We are back again at Jacob's Well, where Iris and I are again having Bible story time. Today we're reading from the Family Story Bible, which was written by Ralph Milton, illustrated by Margaret Kyle, and which we are able to read with kind permission of the author and Westminster Knox Press and Woodlake Books. Today we are reading from the book of Job. There was a man named Job who always tried very hard to live in God's way. Job wanted to do all the right things. Job was very rich. He had a nice family, lots of servants, and plenty of money. Every day, Job would say prayers to God and would try to do everything just the way God wanted. One day, up in heaven, God and Satan were talking to each other. God said to Satan, "Have you noticed Job? Have you noticed how he does everything just the way I want him to do it? He only does all those good things because he's rich," said Satan. "Take away all his money and his servants. Job won't be such a good person anymore. Job will be very angry with you." "That's not true," said God. "Take away everything he owns. See what happens." So Satan took away everything that Job had. Satan took away his money, all his children, all his sheep, everything. But Job just kept praying to God and trying to live in God's way. "See," said God to Satan, "Job is still a good person. But if you take away his health," said Satan, "he won't worship you anymore. He won't be a good person if you make him sick." "That's not true," said God. "Go ahead, make him sick and see what happens, but don't let him die." So Satan made Job very sick. Satan gave Job sores all over his body. Job felt just awful. Then 3 of Job's friends came to him. They felt bad because Job was having such trouble. If we visit him, they thought, maybe he'll feel better. At first, Job's friends just sat around. They didn't know what to say. After a while, they began to talk to Job. "All these bad things have happened to you because you have done bad things," said Job's friends. "You have not lived in God's way. That's why God is hurting you." "No," yelled Job, "that's not true. I have tried hard to live in God's way. That's not the reason these things are happening to me." "It is so," said Job's friends. "It is not," said Job. That's when God decided it was time to say something. "Listen, Job," said God, "you and your friends don't know what you are talking about. Why are you trying to understand this? Where were you when I created the world? Where were you when I made the oceans and the forests and the birds and the sky? What makes you think you can understand these things?" Then Job knew that he was trying to understand things that were too hard for him. Job said to God, "I know you are very strong. You can do anything you want to do. I'm sorry I was talking about things I don't understand. I won't do that anymore. Up until now, I had only heard people talk about you. Now I have met you and heard you speak to me. I'm sorry for the wrong things I have said." Then God gave back to Job all the things that had been taken from him. Job was healthy again. He even had more children, 7 sons and 3 daughters. When Job was ready to die, he did something different. In Bible times, most fathers gave their home and farm and money to the boys. The girls didn't get anything. But Job gave things to both the girls and the boys. Let's end with a little prayer. Dear God, help me to understand that I don't always understand, and I will live by your word. Amen.